You might be standing in your kitchen right now going, do I want quartz? What the heck even is quartzite? Is butcher block a good idea or a bad idea? You might be feeling very overwhelmed at all of the choices when it comes to countertops. In this video, we're going to compare and contrast the top 5 countertops so you can decide which one is right for you. Welcome back to Flipping Gorgeous. My name is Lena Taylor. This is your girlfriend's guide to DIY and home renovations. I share the good, the bad, and the ugly, and everything I've learned along the way of renovating homes for the past 10 years. Today, we're diving all into kitchen countertops. And if you didn't catch my last video, I went over the top 5 regrets I have in my kitchen renovation, and one of them was my selection of countertops. So you can go check that out right here if you wanna go get caught up. I don't want you to make the same mistake that I made, so we're gonna compare and contrast all of them so that you feel confident in your selection and you get the right countertops that fit your lifestyle, your budget, and your everyday needs. And in the description below, I have a free side-by-side comparison that you can download. Let's dive right into it. Let's start with Quartz. Quartz is your go-to girl right now. She is the popular girl. Everyone is choosing her. All of the builders are putting them in the new build because she is engineered, which means she's not natural, but she looks natural. That just made me think about wanting to get a boob job. That's what you want, engineered, but they look natural, right? Here's the good news about Quartz. It comes in a ton of patterns and styles, and you can really find something that is very clean or has a lot of detail and design depending on what style of your kitchen. Now, again, in my last video where I chose quartz for my kitchen countertops is not a regret for the quartz itself. It's a great material. It really keeps up with my lifestyle, but I went solid white, which was a regret. Again, you can go watch that video. Here is the other benefit of quartz. If you have small kids like me, or you spill coffee, or you're spilling juice, or you're just kind of a messy cook, Quartz might be your go-to. She is basically immune to coffee, wine, and toddlers and cleans up very easily, is super durable. Now, what is the cost of quartz? You can expect quartz to cost anywhere from $70 to $120 a square foot. So she is not the cheapest option. She's kind of middle to top tier when it comes to the price of the 5 top ones that you can choose from. Her maintenance, again, very low. She doesn't have to be sealed. You can clean it with just about anything. Quartz is incredibly durable to high heat, scratch, very stain resistant. If you want something both pretty and practical, I highly suggest going with quartz. Next up is granite. Granite is a natural stone and each slab is very unique. The early 2000s, granite was really the go-to stone in a lot of these homes. It can have kind of a busier look, so if you're going for something that's a little more clean and modern, it might be something to stay away from. The cost for granite is about $60 to $100 a square foot, so slightly cheaper than that quartz that we just talked about. Granite is also incredibly durable when it comes to heat resistance and chipping and things of that nature. Maintaining granite countertops is somewhere on the medium. You should seal them about once a year, but outside that, they don't require a whole lot of maintenance. If you're a real fan of stone, if you want kind of a natural and earthy vibe, granite is your go-to. Let's talk butcher block countertops. Actually, one of my first big kitchen renovations, I used butcher block. Butcher block is warm, approachable, budget friendly, and it's even something that you can DIY if you are trying to save money or can't afford stone countertops. Now, even though butcher block is a great option, it does have some needs that you need to consider before selecting this. Butcher block is by far the most budget-friendly countertop. You can get it from about $30 to $60 a square foot. I actually purchased my butcher block countertops from Home Depot and they came in large, already 6 to 8 feet pieces. I can link that video here if you wanna go see how I did DIY those countertops. Butcher block is great in combination with some stone. So if you want to do the perimeter of a kitchen with stone and then an island and butcher block is also great for cooking on. You need to know that the durability of Butcher Block is a medium durability. It is going to scratch, it is going to stain, and you have to be careful around water. So if you are using it in a kitchen, you really want to make sure that it's sealed very well. There are natural sealers out there. Now, if you don't plan to prep directly on them, maybe you use an epoxy sealant. It's going to give it a high gloss look though. So if you want that natural wood, you need to think about a natural sealer and not an epoxy sealant. I think Butcher Block is great for kind of that cozy vibe, cottage feel. Again, if you're a DIY lover and you've got to DIY this kitchen, Butcher Block is a great option. You just need to make sure that you're up for the maintenance. It requires oiling and conditioning to keep that wood in great condition. And there are some conditioners out there on the market, and it's not too high maintenance. You just apply it every couple of months. Then there is marble. Oh, marble, the timeless beauty of marble. She is your haute couture friend. She is what everybody wants, but she is unattainable for some. Marble is drop dead gorgeous. Marble is real stone, but marble kind of high maintenance. It's beautiful, but it scratches easily, it chips easily, it stains easily. So if you are a busy mom like I am, something to consider. And I did actually get talked out of marble, which I'm regretting, but again, go back and watch my other video. I go into that in more detail. Now, marble is on the high end of the price point, somewhere from around $80 to $150 a square foot. The maintenance is pretty high. You have to be very careful. If you spill something, it needs to be sealed multiple times a year to prevent it from. If you are going for a high-end, high-design kitchen, high price point, marble is the right selection for you. Again, think of this as kind of the designer material, the high-end, the luxury. If you were gonna go buy a car, instead of getting the Toyota, which might be the Quartz, the marble is going to be the Lexus. The Quartz is great for me now, but I do love the marble. I have marble all in my bathrooms. And finally, we have Quartzsite. Not to be confused with quartz, and I'll be very honest with you, this was a material I was not familiar with at the time I did my kitchen renovation a few years ago. Quartzite is a real stone, not like quartz. Quartz is manufactured. Quartzite is a real stone, and it's gorgeous and it's very natural looking. So think marble, but way tougher and more durable. The great thing about quartzite is it's heat resistant, scratch resistant, but it does require sealing every so often. Here's why a lot of people might be turned off by quartzite, and that is the price point. Quartzite is the most expensive out of all 5 of the countertops options we have discussed. But again, because you get that natural look of stone, of marble, because it is natural stone, but with like a durability that you don't get with the marble. So the price point of quartzite is coming in between $90 and $150 a square foot. So again, this is going to be top of the budget. If this is your forever home, if you're in a higher price point of a home that you're fixing up and going to sell, quartzite might be a great option. This is the perfect fit for a luxurious look that needs to also have the durability for a high functioning kitchen. Tell me in the comments, which countertops are you considering? Which countertops have you changed your mind on? Which countertops did you get and you love? Or which countertops did you choose and now you kind of want to break up with them? And in the description below, I have a free side-by-side comparison of all of the things that we talked about today that you can download and take with you when you go shopping or when you're making your decision on which countertops are the right ones for you. Thank you for watching, my fellow bandana babe. If no one's told you today, you are flipping gorgeous. If you will like, comment, subscribe, or share this video with someone that you think will find it helpful, I would be so grateful. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.